Are you
All right,
sure?
guys, we're back.
Are you sure?
We're back temporarily.
How long's the lag? Someone type something. Let us know we're here.
Yep.
How big is the AR on the internet, Turbo?
Apologies for the breakup there,
I see
guys.
what
I
you
told
did
you I'm
there.
not allowed on the internet. They're trying to keep me off, but we're back. We're welcome. Where were we? We're talking about what gets you off, or what makes you, into this car industry. What keeps you interested?
Guys, will they have the stuff beforehand, or do we all need to repeat? Team.
Run faster than everybody else or longer than everybody else. So it's, modding cars gives me a chance to show something off. So that's a plus too. Like, you're just doing something better than somebody else, I guess.
Okay.
So I just commented on the one, and it's not the chat that we're seeing.
It's a new stream.
Well, I'm saying the one we're seeing in front of us is still the old one.
Right.
And then, and then also, there are people that dress. Well, I don't know. It's a form of art, I guess. Like, there are people that dress crazy and get crazy with their hair every day and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like a article of clothing or like a jewelry or something, kind of.
So
This is
my follow-up question
something
though
to-
is
yeah.
what keeps you interested though? Yeah, I mean, because you've been in this. How long have you been a car guy for? 100 years now?
Ever since I've been driving.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
So what keeps you going? After all this time.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know, man. I daydream about this stuff every day. Like, every day,
That's why
most
your
of the
tunes aren't
day.
getting done.
I
Yeah.
don't think you understand how many conversations Tim and I have about. I'm trying to talk him off of
Yeah.
edges of doing crazy car stuff.
Yeah, I just daydream all day about, what the next car is or what I'm going to do to this car. And, I talk to, everybody here, nearly everybody here. I talk to Al about the technical part of the build.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk to Ryan about the appearance part of the build. I talk to everybody about the, their area of expertise, I guess, to just try to come up with the best idea. Because, I might have the best idea of a look in my head until I talk to Ryan, and I'm like, oh, good, you make a good point. Maybe I should do it this way instead. It's just like, Randy being here with his green Sonic and my green Sonic. Very much of those cars have been touched, and they look very different if you look at them both.
Yeah, that's
Nobody would say that they look like they're the same.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about you then, Ryan? What keeps you interested? What keeps you,
What keeps me interested?
Looks like it's working now.
It's I'm a very much while I grew up in the and I'm one of the people that grew up with Fast and Furious. That is my ideal. Have the fast car that can do everything. You go
Yeah,
around everything.
as much as we laugh about those movies, they 100% are responsible for where I'm at right now.
There is a portion of it that is definitely true. For me, to see a crazy built car going down the street, that's the move. But then obviously you see people that make show cars, don't drive them and stuff like that. To me, I want to drive my car. When I see another crazy built car going down the road, and I can just pick out of a sea. I'm like, that's the move. That's awesome. I love that. That's why I feel so good driving a snow car. Granted, I'm kind of looking around, feeling all good. Other dudes, I'm like, why is this car so loud? And it's this little cobalt thing, but I love it. It keeps me. And it's fun. And then every year, how we all say, oh, I'm done this year. No more miles on this car. I've tried that 10 years in a row, and every time, I can just do this one little thing I've always wanted to do. Oh, it's one little thing I can always do. That's one little thing. Yeah, just constantly that. You just constantly evolve, and it's always changing. Then obviously, I like Tim. There are cars I want that I can't afford that I would love to have.
Mm-hmm.
But, say, man, what if I one day got into this, kind of thing. But
And if you got that car that you dream about but you can't afford, you might not like it because it's already kind of done.
yeah.
That's one cool thing about our platforms is when you're talking a Grand Prix or a Cobalt or an Ion or a Sonic, there's so much stuff you can change and so many ways to personalize that vehicle to you, and you appreciate everybody else's build, but you go your own route.
As I'm gonna be controversial, Ryan, as usual, but I am not a respect all bills person. Sorry, sometimes you guys, not you guys, but sometimes customers or other people make really bad, ugly cars. Every piece of plastic off your Grand Prix interior to paint the color master outside of the car. That don't look good. Sorry, I say what I said.
There are some bad choices made.
A lot of bad choices.
In our opinions.
In our opinion, yeah.
My opinion or nothing.
It's funny that you say that, actually, because I do have a question about that.
Hold on, I do want to say too. Ryan Bod said no one ever heard me have a good idea. That's because you don't listen. I have tons of good ideas all the time.
No, he's never heard Tim admit that you had a good idea.
Oh, he says that
So much.
Yeah, we
Like
said
I talk to Ryan like all the time,
Every
like
day.
nearly every day about
Well, maybe
we're
not
always
on the
discussing
podcast.
stuff.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Anyway,
Anyway,
to finish up what
yeah.
I was starting to say on that, though, is when I look at my car, the honest truth is that I'm not interested in it or excited about it unless it's either broken or something needs upgraded.
So you're a completely different breed
Yeah.
of car guy.
And
yeah,
I'm
there's a lot of different breeds. of cars.
it causes a great amount of stress, and Ryan can attest to that.
Oh my God.
But I don't know how to do it any other way. Like I'm constantly trying to think of things that, like people say. I find like the whole compound turbo stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not anything earth shattering, but I heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, that doesn't work on small gas engines." And I'm thinking about the physics. I'm like, well, why not?
Challenge
Well,
accepted.
yeah, pretty much is that like
Can't be done. I'll
my
do it.
car is a constant evolution of challenge accepted, and that's also one of the reasons like I'm nearing retiring that car because there comes a point where it's like it's a little too much.
It's too
now.
far now on to the next project.
But
No, that's
because I understand that that's what I like about it, I'm not scared of ending that car's era because I know I'm gonna find something else, and I get to start this whole thing over again and do it a whole different way.
It's very,
Yeah, like what I think is funny to add to what Al is saying, like he will get his car running.
Yep.
For
he
like
will
3
have-
days.
That's all we need.
He'll have it running,
Success.
and then he'll be like talking about cutting it all apart
Yep.
and like rebuilding the entire like turbo setup again. And I've like walked into his cubicle and been like, Al, let's talk about this. Like the car runs right now. Like just don't take it apart. Like it runs and you can
Yeah.
drive it. And he's like, yeah, but I can do it better. And so I mean, Al and I are definitely very different car guys.
Well, no, it's
But
to kind of
it takes-
piggyback
takes
on
all.
that. Yeah, like we're all three of us are. Tim and I are fairly similar, but we even still we're different. Like Al is a builder; he likes the challenge of it. Tim is a builder, and then once he can't do anything, he's done with it. I'm kind of get to the point where I build it, but I still want to try to figure out a way to do something custom or offset to figure it out. Like I want to enjoy the car when it's done. Tim is like, I'm bored with it now. I want to go on to something else. And then Al's like, oh, it's supposed to run? Well, screw that.
Yeah, like I'm just like when it's running, I'm like, now what?
Yeah,
rev it a few times,
Throw a
try
wrench
it
in,
again.
broken, fix it again.
Guys, so
That is-
just-
But like that's what I like about this place, and I like when the customers get a chance to see that. Is that I think that's why we're successful. Is because even though we have a lot of car guys here, we still have a huge spectrum
Oh, there's-
of personalities
there's-
within that group.
Yeah, they're so different. But like I said, guys, the Honey Badger and the Snowball have maybe twice throughout their entire like Al's time and my time here have run at the same time twice.
Yeah.
But you know, like right now they could both be running, but Al just really chose to put his car down.
Right, and that's like the thing. It's not like broken right now. I just got to put a few things back
it's
together.
not
So
working.
there's no
It's not-
there's no
It's not
excitement.
broken. It's just
Guys,
not
it's been
working.
like 7 months. He's put those things back together, and he has it. He has a Honda Fit in his garage that he needs to get running by putting a battery in it. And
Well,
that's-
yeah, that too.
Oh my god. Anyway, sorry to take over that creep. So yeah, that is a little bit of.
Yeah, no, I see you
Kinda
guys
that.
again all have a lot of passion for it, and I respect that. Like I said, I was fascinated to see all the different kind of versions of car guys
Absolutely.
and every whatever gets you off on it, whether it's fixing it or just driving it or tuning it or whatever. So
Ryan Dare's coming in hot today too. So Trip said everyone has their own taste. Trip, I totally agree with you. Some people's taste is bad.
Yep.
So
Omni camber.
yeah, oh yeah, Omni cameras, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, it's
sometimes
bad.
there
It's just
are
bad.
there's just bad things out there. Like I get it. Sometimes you have your own taste, but objectively there's some bad. Like night shading your taillights to like total darkness.
Yeah.
That's bad taste.
Yeah.
well, I like flames, and you always say I should.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't
What's
wanna
everyone's
say
opinion on
mix it
flames? Like flame decals or flames coming out of the
dude,
car?
they haven't-
It's like no
they
one does
I
this
mean,
nowadays.
like real flames.
yeah,
yes.
like proper flames. Yeah, or whatever, mate.
No,
I
you
mean,
talking about like fast.
any flames coming out the bloody exhaust.
Or you
and-
should have been at Cletus a couple years ago.
What happened there?
Well, we may have been persuaded to make a lot of noise in the middle of the night with the drag sonic, and it shoots fire. And when it's pitch black outside, it's a lot of fire.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
We need that.
Fire the
I need
exhaust
that.
is always cool.
Yeah.
But like flames on the side of your car, flames haven't been in for a while, dog.
They're coming back. Bring flames back. I'm just saying. Right
Yeah,
now.
you
Hashtag bring flames back.
Lead the
I'm
movement.
I'm a livery person. Full liveries and all that stuff, and certain good graphics and designs. 100%
Flame livery?
Not for
Yeah.
no.
We should do that.
No.
We're doing
Yeah.
that. We're doing that, Zoom.
That's what the base model's there for.
Oh, no.
yeah.
Flames on the base model.
Yeah.
Do it.
I think honestly, because everyone's nostalgic and kind of bringing things back.
Yeah.
Flames are coming back. That's where it's at.
Nah. Hey, so far, half you guys are right. Decals and stuff, they look good if you do them right. Creek, I'm sorry. We tangent.
Yeah, we got like a million questions here. We got
Yeah,
so much to go.
go for
This
it.
podcast can be several hours, guys.
Most structured podcast ever.
Yeah. So my next question is what features are most important to you in a car? Because I don't know about you, mate, but when I went to got heated seats,
Big, huge
changed
thing.
my world. Changed my world.
Great,
And
huge
heated
upgrade.
steering wheel and electric windows. Yes, just so everyone knows, I'm a poor man with just manual everything and cheap and cheerful. So to get an upgrade like that is an important feature.
This is a good
So
question.
it's probably going to be more technical for you guys, but just
No,
heated seats.
probably not.
Or that it turns on. There you go. That's a feature I like. So
He asked what features we like, and I start brainstorming, and then he starts talking about heated seats and I'm like, my brain is 4 miles over here.
I'm just saying, us non-car guys, comfort.
That's why it's funny.
Why
Like,
electric
don't you start
windows.
now? Why don't you start and go? We'll go
the
around.
first thing that, like, if I had to put it into one word, the first thing that popped in my mind is tinkerability.
Okay.
That's the number one feature I'm going to look for in a car.
If you can do stuff to it.
I can mess with it.
Yep.
Okay.
And that really is the overall number one. Even, like, I had a Honda Civic that I bought because, like, I won't mess with it. Yeah, I did. I just figured out how I could. And the same with my Cavalier. It's like, oh, I'm never going to unlock that PCM. I did a week later.
Yeah.
Like, I can't not mess with things.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
So,
For me, it depends. Like if I'm like buying a car now, like say you have to go and buy a car, I am very much about the creature comforts and ergonomics about a car now. As I've gotten older, I need CarPlay, give me the heated seats, give me the heated all that, let you cool infotainment stuff. Like to me, I'm a function equals form. The car has to look good, sound good, have all the nice stuff. Like that's what I want. I want it to have everything. So I love heated seats. I love that. However, I'm also a stupid person that would take off a steering wheel to have a daily driving detachable steering wheel. In my Cobalt, I literally have that.
Yeah, I've seen
Touch
that.
points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
touch
cool.
points. All the touch points are cool. I will be a little more comfortable if it looks better. But to an extent, some tinkerability. However, like I said, there are some cars I will have like, hey, brand new CT5V or ATS-V, and I can't do that much stuff too. Guess what? I'm going to get it because I want it, and it has all the cool stuff, and it's fast. Cars that are made to go fast are really fun. So,
Yeah, I will totally F up a car.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be honest. Like, I will take a perfectly fine, perfectly comfortable seat and take it out and put a race seat in it. I will take a steering wheel off, like Ryan said, that has like steering wheel buttons, and I will put a racing wheel in
Yep.
it. I will take a car that rides nice,
yes.
and I will put
You
like
did
a
keep-
stiffer suspension on
you
it.
did keep the buttons, though.
Yeah.
So-
yeah.
For now.
You know, I generally relocate the buttons somewhere easy to get to, but like, yeah, I will make a nice, comfortable car, loud, rattly, stiff, and fast. Yeah.
Well, speaking of stiff,
Oh, here we go.
has having a nice car or a fast car, whatever you want to call it, has that ever gotten you,
What?
late?
Honestly,
No.
Has it?
No.
What?
no.
No.
You should come to England. Because I tell you what, all the girls, and they love any guy with a nice car. There's me in my crappy little
Are you
Citroen. You tell me you haven't done anything?
Like-
Pulled up? You know what I mean? Just
What are you going to do with the car on your 1-lane cobblestone streets?
doesn't matter. Someone's walking by, you
Get in my vet, baby.
You're washing down the bonnet or something. You see
bonnet.
see the fancy car. You don't. There's no
No
ladies
girls.
for the night or nothing.
And if you do, she's dated you and all your car friends.
And if a girl dates you
The women
because
I
you
like.
have a sweet car, she's just gonna date you until she meets the next guy that has a sweeter car than you.
Yeah.
So
Is that why you're always like, "There's the next car. I need the next car. I need the next
no,
car."
Kylie's trying to keep
I'm
you.
happily married.
Next
man.
car. I've got a I don't want a Tesla. I want a Ferrari. Oh, fuck a Ferrari.
Like the last thing I want to do is be single. I'm on like that is an honest statement too. Like
Yeah.
no worries. Well,
Hey,
done.
Ross.
not want to date in 2023.
Oh, yeah, no, it is terrible. I'm doing it right now. Dating is awful
you
right
need a
now.
nicer car, mate. That's what it is.
Must be. Yeah, he said that explains why I like Cobalt over a Goblin. No, Goblin, I mean, that's part of the reason, yes, but a Goblin it's this fair weather car. You can only drive it on certain days. It takes
Yeah.
up a spot, takes up a garage spot. They don't look that cool. Sorry, Ross, I don't mean to, get it, but I don't think they look that great. They look kind of budget area Latin.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like a dune buggy versus a dune truck. Like I'll take
Yeah,
the dune
dune
truck
truck.
all day long. Like
100%.
you have your creature comforts, you have comfortable seats, you're not eating sand, like you have heater and AC, like you could still throw stuff in the bed if you need to. It can pull things if you need to pull things. You know, it yeah.
Works.
Cool.
Great.
Looks like
What's
that's
got?
All right. Well, my next question is, so how much roughly do you think you've spent?
I don't want to know.
We're not answering this.
We,
All right, but
at this
ballpark
table,
figure. You know, I mean, we're
No.
talking.
I could have bought a Ferrari from the money. I made.
Our wives and his future wife could potentially listen to this.
Yes.
Well, that's the follow up question is how
No.
does your partner feel about that? But I'm just saying because I look back at things I bought as a kid
We've already said too much.
and wasted money. But I need to know, like, we're talking like
No.
50 grand?
There's already papers being brought
100
up.
grand?
Yeah, like,
There's no receipt, guys.
He
right?
said 50 grand.
500 grand? I don't know.
Great.
You mean? 'Cause
Like,
I've seen car
great.
parts; they get expensive, and again,
Great.
for what we play in, I've seen that the real expensive.
We can't talk about this.
No comment? Is that no comment, Tim, from you?
I would imagine I've easily spent $1 million on cars over my entire
if
car
you
modding.
Holy
factor
shit,
in
Thomas.
opportunity costs, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Google that if you're not sure.
So a mil,
Quarter.
quarter mil, Mr. Ryan.
Factoring in what I could have done if I wasn't blowing all that money. Now,
Okay.
as far as actual dollars in the car, no. Couple years salary.
But like
though.
this, like I'm a very don't buy reps, don't buy low end stuff kind of guy. So I mean, my wheels alone are $3,200. That's just the wheels alone, and I've gone through numerous sets of tires, numerous different engines, custom work. I don't even want to think. Like I could have bought probably a brand new freaking Corvette ZR1 with the money I put in that dang Cobalt,
Yeah.
if not more.
I mean, we have an employee that has two $2,500 seats in his car.
Who's that?
I'm not gonna tell you, but like that.
I'm gonna
that
steal those
happens.
seats. I'm
Yep.
gonna sell them.
But then, like, you look at what we've done with the car. Like, even between Ryan and I, we've had like 25 different turbos on
Yeah,
the car.
yeah.
Those are not cheap.
Turbos themselves on the low end are $800 to $900.
When I was still supercharged, I had like 5 different catbacks on the car because
Yeah.
I was messing around trying to figure out what was best.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
it's not so much the modding the car; it's the remodding.
Yeah, and I've gone through 4 different sets of seats in the car. 4 different sets of seats. I've all the body work and painting and taking off and put it on, and I want to change this better. And I've gone through 4 wheel setups too, and I don't ever buy reps. Yeah.
Like,
think
as
that-
funny as it is, it really does kind of come back down to cheaper than a drug addiction.
No,
But,
I know,
yeah,
it's
but
fascinating.
exactly,
It really
it's-
is. A lot of money to be putting in. I see people's orders every day.
But it's
It
our
builds up
lives.
over- I know exactly.
really
It builds
our
up over
lives,
time. So to have again $1 million, that's fuck, yeah.
Over
Over all the
20,
cars and stuff.
20 some years,
Last 2
25 years.
Yeah, but
of
then
that.
you got like 10 million worth of enjoyment out of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or
for
quality
I mean,
of
otherwise
life.
I could be
That's
dead.
true, yeah.
I could
one way to look at
parkour
it.
off building tops and be dead by now. Like, I mean, if I wasn't modifying and racing cars, I'd be doing something equally or more dangerous.
Yeah.
The-
no,
yeah.
It's just so for future. Don't ask car guys how much they put into the car.
That's
Yeah.
like asking a woman what she weighs.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Duly
Also-
noted. Don't ask car people
Yeah.
how much they spend.
Yeah, also, well, because back in the day, because also, if from a friend, it's a different. So this is just something in general. So I used to go to car meets, and at the time I was, I worked in 3 jobs. I was working 3 jobs, and I would get other Cobalt guys come up to me, "Hey man, how much you have into your car?" Like that's a rude question. Like I'm not saying for you, but like a random person to ask you, like, why are you trying to count my money right now, man? Just appreciate my car, or not,
Yeah.
and keep moving.
Yeah.
Like, so if you guys don't go out there randomly asking people how much you have in your car, that's just because there's no way because you say, wow, you have way too much into this car.
Yeah,
I got
the
that before.
context that you're asking is completely different.
Yeah.
And-
You don't have to
and
worry about it. The people that ask that question are usually at takeovers, so
Yeah,
like
exactly.
we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, if you got if you guys go to takeovers, I'm judging you and you're doing it wrong anyway. So
Yeah, let us know in the comments though how much have you spent on car parts.
don't
I just want to know. I just want to know because I haggle over like literally any sort of dollar
Hey.
amount. So I have mad respect for those who put that sort of
So
money into a
just,
passion.
on the highest end of this, just to give you this, so let's go to the UGR Underground Racing. They do
Mm-hmm.
Lamborghinis. They come to your house, pick up your Lamborghini in this big trailer, put it there, drop the engine, build the engine, put twin turbos on there. You know how much that one of their entry level kit costs?
I'm at a couple million.
Not quite there.
I don't even know. 10 grand?
about 200,000.
What?
Plus the car itself is 300,000 or 400,000. So that's just to put the turbos on to make it faster.
And you get into crypto.
Yeah. So there is that. Guys, CTSI, there will be e-sale. No, we do not do any sales outside of our Black Friday sale. That's annual. So happy Easter, everybody. But yeah, no for that. But yeah, guys, I will say though, please realize about ZZPerformance. If you go to any other car market, go to a supermarket, go to any popular car market, and you will realize how much ZZP is saving you money. Because, like, guys, like you like, oh hey, look, here's a cashback for my BMW M3. Why does that say $2,400 right there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, easy. That's
Or
like
more. Or more.
Easily more. How much? So we looked it up on your E550 Mercedes, Tim. A tune on that average was like $1,800.
Yes.
Holy
a tune
cow.
for a car.
Yeah. So, you know.
And we sell tunes for 3800s for $125.
150, 200, yeah.
Bargain.
Like,
And people have the nerve to complain about stuff.
yeah,
So,
they literally, they do.
Yeah, so
It's crazy.
So guys, I just want to let you know, like, go to any other mod market. People say, oh, LS is cheaper. LS is not cheaper. You know, there are stuff you can find that's cheaper, not quality, but no, it's just as expensive as all your other stuff. We are the cheap ones for you. So anyway, Creek, sorry, continue. We keep
No
going.
worries. My next question. Have you ever come close to shitting yourself at the wheel because you took a corner too fast, or again, just a little bit too fast? And the reason why I say this, because, I mean, I don't drive that fast usually, but there's been a few times in my life where I'm like, holy shit, that's it. It's coming out of me. I'm done. Luckily, I was okay, but I always think with you guys driving fast and in the bloody honey badger, you're going like a million miles an hour. How are you not shitting yourself? Is more of the question.
Clearance diet for a couple days beforehand.
Bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Straight fiber.
The problem is I'm trying to narrow it down to just one story.
Yeah, I don't think
so several times.
It's a normal thing.
I don't think any of us at this table have one story.
That's why you buy all
We
these
have
seats. Yeah?
multiple.
The problem is because you'll have one and then you're good for a year or two, and then you push.
Yeah.
And you find another one.
Yeah. You will always find your limits. Like, I don't know if you've seen the picture. I mean, I almost drove the snowball off a mountain because my rear brakes failed.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's a Cheddar Dragon.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
that's
I literally
crazy.
almost fell off
That's
a
crazy.
mountain and destroyed the car. I also, you know, it's like other stuff like that's happened on the highway where it hydroplaned a little bit. You know.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I've done the motorway. Yeah, absolutely shit myself. Start
sure
screaming.
Tim has been on road course, and we've almost had a few oopses on road course that could have been real bad.
Tim's parked a Ranger in a tree.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that.
Yeah. Not ground level either.
No.
So,
I've gone end over end in a car. Not too many people have actually done that.
Yeah.
well, and I was going really fast. You know, I did half mile stuff for a while too, and you know, he's going 8 miles an hour faster than I have, and that's moving. So, like, I don't know, guys. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think my most recent oh crap moment was actually riding with a friend. We hit a corner way too fast and like crossed the line, and there was a semi truck coming, and he just kind of like swerved out like off the road, like onto the shoulder of the road, and then past the semi and got back in our lane.
Did you see it? Like, did you see this happening? Because that's why I can't be.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
have
I
someone
was
else
watching
drive
it
me
happening, and I
because
was like,
I need to be in control because
This is it.
I can't deal with that
This
sort
is
of
it.
thing where you seeing that shit right now, and you're like, that's fine. It's like, no, it's not fine, mate. And
yeah, you should go with us to like a road course one of these days
See,
and like
I
ride.
don't want to show you up. Tim. I don't want to show you up. I don't want to show you up.
Hold on. See,
Here we go.
you guys, I was going to ignore Devin's question because Devin said that he said who has a fast car between Al, Ryan, and Tim.
Thanks for
Well,
leaving me out.
now we gotta put context
We can
to
say,
it.
guys, like Devin, because you're not a car person.
Yeah,
you
way to
are a
out
shipper.
yourself.
So there are a bunch of different types of fast depending on what
Yeah.
you're going for. Like road course wise, out of this table, my car may have the potential to do it, but Tim is the fastest driver for around the road course at this table. Al has the fastest half mile time. You know, I'm a little bit behind him in the half mile, but I've driven fast half mile cars too. Like it all depends on what you are trying to do with the car to say when they're fastest. And then Devin says when they are running. Boy,
Well.
if you don't get out of here trying to front, guys,
You're not
Devin don't know
technically
nothing.
wrong.
Devin don't know nothing about cars. No,
ATSV always runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You always got one that runs.
So that car runs, 10-3 in the quarter and always works.
Yep.
But it's, I mean, it is a good question for someone who's not into cars, though. Because if you just said, like, how fast in terms of here's an unlimited road, it's my car.
Yeah.
Without question.
Oh, yeah.
But Tim's slowest car in that race would kick the snot out of mine on a road course.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's so vastly
They're
different.
very
category,
purpose-built
kind of.
cars.
Yes,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
purpose-built cars,
Like, do you
for
want to go the fastest in a straight line? Do you want to go the fastest in the short distance? Do you want to go the fastest around a turn?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different ways of doing it.
Well, speaking of fast, how fast can you drive in reverse?
Because
I've seen those movies, you know, when they're driving, they spin it around, and I've never seen any of you guys do that, and you always say how amazing drivers you are, and I haven't seen any footage of you guys. I've only seen once of you.
Listen, Jason,
Could have been a green screen, I don't know. And you claim that you have this fast car. Yeah, I never see you drive, right?
Well,
I don't know what you do nowadays, mate. And so who's driving fast? How fast can you drive?
You
And
only have one gear in reverse.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And that gear is generally pretty low. So, I mean, you're going to maybe do 30, 35 in reverse.
If
in
you're lucky.
some cars, you might be able to get up to that fast.
Could you, Mr. Al, who takes on a challenge, could you put like a turbo for reverse?
Well, the turbo would work regardless of gear.
You never know, mate. You've got to get out there in a quick, you know what I mean?
You only have so many RPM.
Yeah, you can only go.
Yeah.
The gearing of that specific gear is not very high. It's the whole point of the gear is just to get you backwards.
Part of the problem, and I'll actually be able to relate this to you, is the way the vehicle steers. So, have you ever had our forklift topped out?
No.
But you know how the faster you go, the quicker it snaps
starts
around.
to shake.
Well, when we have a car in reverse, it's operating the same as a forklift.
Okay, so at any point.
So if you're going really, really fast in reverse and you just wiggle the steering wheel,
it is. Also, if you try flying in reverse just a little bit, it's very unsettling. It doesn't feel right.
Nah, it hurts.
Let us know in the comments if you want to see a video of these three trying to do a reverse turn, drive off.
One of us is crashing.
Proper driving, real driving. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Real driving. We're crashing 100%.
Oh, yeah. All right, so next question is, all right, check engine light is on. What the fuck does that mean? And
That
how do I
means
get
you
rid of it?
have it
How do I
in.
get rid of it? Honestly, because my whole
man.
life, honestly, I never know what
These
these
are
little lights
good
come up.
questions.
These lights come up, yeah, and I don't know. I'm just like, I just don't look at it, and then it'll be all right. I mean, or you cover it up on the
wanna take this one,
dashboard,
Tim?
and then you don't, can you
I
switch
mean,
it
I
off?
think a short version is you got to scan it and find out. Most likely, it's some kind of emissions code, but it is something you need to go scan it and find out what it is, because it could be something bad.
by
Could
scanning,
be
you
something
mean-
bad.
Well, he's answering to a civilian right now.
Yeah.
So basically, that means some sort of sensor or something your car detects there's something wrong with the car. So you will go to AutoZone, or if you have your own code scanner, you put it in there to see exactly, because there's 2,000 plus different codes. That one little light just tells you, hey, there's something wrong. You need to see what it is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. 'Cause I would used to take my car to the mechanic, and they'd be like, "Yeah, it's all fixed, job done. Here's $1,000 on parts. I have no idea what I paid for." And then all of a sudden, the engine light's on, and I'm like, "He's mugging me right off now."
Yeah.
It's probably a code or something.
Somebody like you, great answer to this is like always get like a second opinion. Like obviously you work here, so we're gonna be honest about it. But like feel free to go to a AutoZone or whatever your local parts store is that will do free scans. And then once you see what the code is and hear what they say it is, then you go to your mechanic shop and be like, all right, my check engine light's on. What is it and how much is it going to cost to fix it? And then just put the two stories together.
Yeah.
And if they're just blowing some smoke, then you might want to go to a different mechanic shop, because it could just be something like there was a weird situation that popped a code and you clear the code and it never comes back again.
Yep.
Okay,
Which does happen.
Because that's the follow-up question is, how do you know if a mechanic is bullshitting you? You know what I mean?
Man,
I
that
mean,
is
because
kinda don't.
Because I tell you what,
Kinda
man, I'm that blonde woman walking in being like, yeah, my car's fixed, and they'll be like, all right, no worries, it's gonna need 1,000 plus parts, and
So-
really it's just one bolt, and I don't know. You know what I mean? And then it's like, you walk in and walk out being like you've been robbed, and you literally have no
Second
clue.
opinion's really kind of your only choice.
Yeah,
It's not,
second
you know what I mean?
opinion.
But for my brother's like, car's broken, I roll it in, yeah, it just needs this, man. You're like, all right, cool, I guess what it is.
That and finding a mechanic that you can trust.
So I got you guys, see?
Yeah,
so
no,
I work at the
exactly.
car place now, so I can get it all for free.
No, that is a
Not
very
free,
good question
I have
though,
to pay.
because I have some friends like back home. They won't take it to a dealership. They take it to this literally a Merlin's place, and he just charged them up the behind. Like, dude, he has charged you guys way too much for all this. But that's the one I trust. That's the one I go to. And he just rips them constantly.
Things like
all
that
the
do
time.
happen though. Oh, just last week we had a Sonic show up to have some parts installed, and the customer had bought the car partially modded and said he wanted shifter bushings and something else installed while it was here. And we go to do it, and it already had these two mods.
Yeah.
He just
Oh.
didn't know. And we were just kind of laughing about it, and then I said to Bo, like, kind of, haha, he's lucky he brought it here.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of shops that
100%.
would have
Yeah,
charged
exactly.
went
Being
ahead
a
and
even a
charged
brand
him
one
for it.
probably wouldn't even replace it in that.
Yeah,
you hear
you
those
know.
stories in that, and I just,
Yeah, like and it's one thing that really bothers me, and Ryan and I talk about this a lot, is like you got to find somebody you trust, And you gotta trust the person that says they trust this person.
Yes.
I hate it when somebody's like, go to Merlin's because they're a great place. But but Merlin's potentially is scamming you.
Yeah.
Like, people just want to think that their mechanic is the best mechanic to go to.
And a
like,
lot of times he is not.
it's just like car insurance. Like, you don't call up one car insurance place and say, I need car insurance. You know, how much is it going to be? Okay, I'll pay it. Like, you better get 3 opinions. And those opinions will have hundreds of dollars of difference in them. So it's like you kind of have to go to like 2 places. And then eventually, like, after you have your vehicle serviced enough, you might figure out that this one shop is actually a good, honest place. And if you talk to Joe at this place, like, he's not going to steer you wrong. And like, once you have that, then you can bring in your own friends and family and be like, yeah, go to Joe at, you know, Merlin's, let's say.
And they may not be the cheapest option, but they may save you money in the long run by being honest with you.
No, and that's the biggest thing. It's
Big
just
picture.
trust. Exactly.
Like,
There are
big picture.
horror stories of people like, my tranny, you know, my car doesn't really go anywhere. And then the shop charges them to rebuild the transmission, and all they do is put like some shims in the valve body, and like they charge you $2,500.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't. You know,
that happens every day.
Yeah, I wouldn't have no idea, and then before you know it.
A big story too that happened to my mom. So my mom we had her Riviera, her 96, 97 Riviera G body car with 3800 in it. She took it to the dealership who she trusted, and she said, well, this check engine light, so I need to be ready for emissions. They charged her 17 different times to fix it. One little thing, they just kept throwing parts at it. Oh, I didn't fix it, charge you more. Didn't fix it, charge you more. I was like, Mom, stop taking it here. They're not doing anything. Like, they're not figuring out the problem. That's what we as ZZP do. We find a problem, we try to fix the problem.
Yeah.
You know, like,
not just the symptom.
Not just symptoms. And people will just throw parts at cars. And even some of these, I get emails, oh, I'm a mechanic for 20 years. And it's like, well, I've thrown every part I can. It's like, what's the actual problem? What's the code you're getting? It happened yesterday. He just threw 10 parts at the car. I'm like, well, what code do you have? P0107. Your wiring to the map sensor is messed up. Check this one. It's probably this pin. Oh, wow, that was it. So this ASC certified mechanic is just throwing parts at this car that didn't need any of these parts thrown at it.
Yeah,
Just,
charging labor, charging time, and
Every
then
time.
time is money as well, especially with the car up being broken there.
Yep.
So no, I appreciate that again. If there's a certain like phrase or way I can approach it as well, you know, for those non-car guys, you know, is there like a certain phrase I can to convince the mechanic that I kind of know what I'm doing? Do I just bullshit
Nah,
like,
they just-
them spark
they
plugs
just-
are looking a bit dodgy, or is there a way I can just kind of bullshit him to make him think I'm a car guy?
I don't think
I worked at an oil change place when I was like 16, and they told me, they pushed me to sell PCV valves. And they're like, take the PCV valve and shake it, and if it jiggles, tell them that that's bad and that you need a new one.
Is that true?
No.
It's a friggin'
See,
lie.
I don't know. I'm like, is it
Like,
bad? Yeah, it is.
it's
You need
supposed
20
to.
of them.
PCV valves kind of do that.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a
it's-
check valve inside. It's supposed to do that. So
Yeah. So it's frustrating because, like, I didn't really know what a PCV valve when I was 16. I wasn't a car guy until I was like, 17, 18 years old. And I look back at it now, it's like, man, like, that sucks. Like,
Because you can be taken for a ride. So all you
Yeah.
mechanics back in England that did my car when I was a kid, I'm coming for you. I know who you are. Rob the mechanic up the road, Bills Road.
Oh my god.
I know where he lives. I'm coming for you, mate. He's a local guy.
All right, Pete, what else you got for us, man?
All right, so next up is, do you guys got any car tattoos? Are you so obsessed with cars you got a big old Ferrari across your breast? Or maybe,
I
a
totally
little bumper
would.
stick, a little...
I think I would too. I think I would get like a turbo or something like.
Yep.
Have you got one now?
No, I don't have any tattoos. I want one, but
None.
I'm.
Car, ZZP tattoos, we're doing it.
Oh no.
like what I want,
Live stream.
I want a whole sleeve, and I want to have like things I've accomplished worked into that sleeve.
Yeah.
So it would never be like, oh, I regret getting this unicorn on my arm, and
Yeah.
unless there was something to do with unicorns, I did
The
that
unicorn
was
driving
special.
ATS.
But yeah, like something that's all well done together. Like,
I've already picked my first tattoo, but it's contingent on Trevor coming out of retirement.
Yeah.
So
Funny. So, guys, behind the screen, we have Mike and Trevor. Trevor has a bunch of tattoos, and Trevor's just thinking, just get one. You just start somewhere, it just grows. But yeah, I've always said I want some of this, some of that. I want some cool mechanical, Gundam stuff on there would be really cool.
that could be cool.
Like just mechanical, like there's some really good artwork out there. I'm like, oh my god, there's like lights and you see the inner workings. I'm like, that's cool. And then some people do like the whole spring or coil over on their leg.
Oh yeah,
Like-
those are cool.
Those are cool. So
like I love Tyler Spain's his arm tattoo.
Yeah, that Valkyrie
it.
thing was
That thing's
so
friggin'
sick.
awesome.
Haven't seen it. Is it good?
It's
It's-
so good.
yeah,
Go down there
dude.
I
and
told
see
you
it.
we're gonna do the next podcast at a tattoo parlor, and we'll
Yeah.
I would
get
love it.
tattoos live as we do this.
I would
And
be
and
fine.
he
Yeah.
said that he just went to a tattoo artist and was like, do something cool, do what you're good at, and the guy like rocked it.
Yeah.
Sweet arm tattoo.
Yeah.
Like amazing.
I've never looked
go.
close at it. I need to.
It's
super
neat.
cool. Alright.
Well, I know that Phil who used to work here. He got a ZZP on his
Yeah.
on his leg, and that's
Yeah.
branded. So.
Yeah, then he quit.
Then he quit. Yeah, so I don't know where he is now. If he still has that.
Some
tattoo.
My
Somebody
tattoo
saw him.
would have a ZZP in it.
Oh, 100%,
It wouldn't
yeah.
be like big, but there would be a
Something in
ZZP
This
in
has
it.
to happen now.
This
has
is
to
like my child. So yeah, it's gonna be in there somewhere.
happen. Okay, all right. So my next question is though, is there a certain hangout spot where you guys, all car guys meet up, like a Burger King or a Sonic? and
There
you're all,
is.
you
that
know,
depends
checking out
on-
each other's hoods, and
That depends on what city you're in, what the crowd is, and the time of day.
basically, does Fast and Furious exist in that
To an
sense?
extent.
To an extent.
Without the
In
women.
other states, better than others for sure.
For
Where is it in Grand Rapids, Michigan?
know.
Where do I go?
Sonic.
well, okay, so here's a little
It's
bit.
Friday.
of
I'm going tonight.
No.
Tomorrow. That's it.
You're not
Put it
There
on.
won't be
to know.
anyone.
I'm not supposed to know.
You're not supposed to know when it's
Secret
but-
meet?
Yeah, but it's also on things. It's cold out right now, so it's weather
Yeah.
dependent.
It's a lovely day today. We
No,
talk
it's
about
not. This is not good tire traction weather. So car guy thing. If you're gonna
that. Terrible
run
tire track weather, guys. Just
Yeah.
make sure.
Okay.
Make sure you know that.
So in Chicago, there was depending on where you were. Chicago's a big enough city. There's surrounding suburbs. There was one of the best street spots was this Burger King off the Highway 55.
Shout out BK.
Yeah, their food's terrible.
Double Whopper meal, love you.
But it was a truck stop. But all the really fast V8 guys and fast four-cylinder guys would go there around 10 o'clock. And they would kind of meet up. People. If someone's in a race, you come up, talk, do whatever. They usually get on the highway, or there's a dig spot. Dig is going from a stop. It's real close. You decide which one you're going to do. You go do it. You turn around. You come back. So.
Yeah.
And then, but in another place, there was this place. We call it the Four Corners. It's this little shopping mall in this really nice area, but no cops ever bother us. Also, there's a Jewel Osco downtown that people do. It just really depends on where you are. And there's
We gotta go. We gotta roll
man.
up. We gotta represent.
Yeah.
We gotta get those pink slips out. We gotta start doing some
No.
Fast and Furious
We-
racing.
we don't do that.
See, what Ryan was
Yeah.
saying though is there are still meets, and then there's meets that don't exist.
Yes. The meets that don't exist, that's where typically the really fast guys that don't want any people that like Creed showing up there,
Well, I
Me
would
being.
say a lot of this is Facebook right now. So there'll be Facebook groups, and you'll have Facebook groups that are your car buddies.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, hey, where are we going tonight? And then somebody will just rattle
Yes.
off a place. And
Good point.
This Facebook group will have 15 people to 50 people to 100 people. And then they have the choice of going there or not. Because if you go to our Sonic spot, which is only one of the spots, it's very hit or miss. One week you'll have perfect weather and you go there and there's 8 cars and they're terrible. And then you'll go there the next week with maybe not quite as good a weather, but
And it'll be
there's
packed.
60 cars.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know what happened.
I don't
but,
get it. Yeah.
Somebody said on the right group, hey, let's go to Sonic, and then everybody showed up.
So I'm actually JPL. I don't know if you were JPL. I thought you were from Ohio, but if you're from Chicago, so that is a perfect example. You said Doty Road. That is the oldest street race spot in Chicago. It's well known.
Let's
street
do
race.
it. Let's do it tonight.
No.
What?
You down?
No.
My
Right
car
now.
don't
Right
run.
now. Right now.
Yeah. No. Hold on.
Podcast is over. Let's go.
No. Creek.
do it.
A few things.
JP, I'll see you there.
They don't do it that much anymore because it's a truck road. So the truck road's gotten really bad, a lot of potholes, stuff like that. Also, enough people doing a lot of stupid stuff and crashing there has brought cop attention there. So that spot is no longer
That's
really
the other
widely
thing.
used.
Good spots rotate.
Good spot.
Yeah, they
We're
have
going
to.
somewhere else, please. Don't listen to us. We're not going Dotty Road.
We've had a lot of pretty cool spots. It just gets ruined by the stupid kids that
Yeah.
do donuts in the road and drive back in the day,
Red
when
Road.
Zoom, Matt, and I were out street racing. We would go to a road that's by itself and there's not really any cars, and we would not race until the road was totally clear.
Yeah.
And then if you get a little sideways, you let off and you regain control and, either get on it again or just call it. But now you have people that you'll have hundreds of people run out in the road and block traffic.
Yeah, I've seen those on Reddit and that, and they will
Yeah.
spin out and hit people, and then
Yeah,
Oh,
they'll
those are
block
takeovers.
traffic, and that is a
That's
way to
bad.
get the cops there. If a car is coming and there's 100 people blocking the road to where they can't get through, obviously somebody's going to call the police, and the police are going to show up. Or if you have a guy doing donuts or these darn takeovers where people are getting hit by cars drifting at 40 miles an hour
We don't wanna
sideways.
have-
Like,
we're not having fun,
Yeah.
guys. Stupid.
like, you
We
know,
should do a
you got to
Grand
be
Rapids
safe.
takeover. That's what we should do. Downtown this weekend. You down?
no,
Donuts.
No
no, absolutely.
Well,
JPL, I did not
that's-
know you grew. I grew up in Matson, so we actually grew up very close to each other. Southside Chicago is you know it's not that bad. It's massively over exaggerated. If you start raising for money, you don't pay up. Then yes, you better be packing. But you know. That's true, but yes, it's kind
But one of the events that we have coming up this summer in June down at the drag strip is an event called Streetcar Takeover, where a group of guys tried to take that mentality and put it back into a track atmosphere.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have roll races, you have burnout contests, you have dig racing,
Yeah.
and so they took like the common elements of the things that people like doing, but they're causing problems in society, and tried to like, we can still do all
Make
that
it safe.
stuff. Just come do it
Yeah,
safely
just
over
come
here.
get it out of the way. I'm trying to get
Oh
the word.
man,
Right.
our customers, Sebastian Morrison said Strats. So Strats is a little dive-in diner bar. I've taken Tim there before.
Where is this at?
And it's in Chicago,
Right.
and it's in a really nice area.
food?
It's so very good food.
Nice.
Like they
That's
have hot
important.
dogs and a bunch of like Chicago-style food there. But yeah, on Saturday, Friday night, like first one of the season, they'll have it packed over here across the street. The big parking lot's packed over there. It's like 500 cars there. Could be. But it's a good event.
And then the highway from each of those places to each of those
Packed.
places is packed, and you get to race like a bunch of
A
fast
bunch.
cars.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Looks like we're gonna have to do a round 2.
It's gonna have to be up
Oh, no,
yeah.
we-
It's
I-
5, and
we're
I
talking about
can't
this.
stay late today.
Can,
That's the
can,
only
can,
reason.
can we get? Yeah. Oh yeah, guys. Wegfest is another one. That's a car show we're going to. Not really a good like a event outside. They do have a pre-day meet though. But guys, again, Mike wants me to kind of plug that. I will be taking both my car. Trevor will be driving my ATS. I will be taking the Snowball, and then Randy is going to be coming along with us in his Green Sonic. So we're also going to have some old school ZZPerformance merch there. Where I have boxes of some old school stuff we found. So if you guys want to get some exclusive stuff for that, please make sure to come and see us. Support Wegfest. Support coming out to see us, and just come see the cars, say hi. We're going to be there all day, so we're going to be there talking and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, no, can we have like 10 minutes? Just 10 minutes, because we kind
I
of
gotta go.
If you gotta go out, you can take off.
But I looked like he had a lot of questions left.
I got.
and
This is
was
just
actually
this
really
is just
good.
chapter 1. This is a
Yeah, we can do a part 2.
They said it was a one-time deal.
I vote,
but
give us 10
I'm
minutes
hoping
just to
today-
be at a 10-minute little lag off.
I got kids and wife waiting on me. But
Okay, bye. Have a good weekend.
Bye, Al.
Okay,
Thanks for,
Creed.
thanks for coming to the podcast. Leave a review on Google.
Whoop. All right, Creed. You got me and Tim here.
All right, next question. All right, you're on the run. All right, okay. Police cars are chasing you. Do you think the car you currently have that you could outpace or outrun them?
Oh, easily.
Easily, yeah.
But
Okay.
it might.
Challenge accepted.
Hey guys, Mike
might
Nelson
be-
behind the camera. He's up here.
We can blame all the technical difficulties on me today.
Oh no.
So, 100% accept responsibility. Sorry, there's no video today,
Never
guys.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah,
Anyway,
so
continue.
Tim's ATS-V could easily outpace most police vehicles. However,
I mean, I can outbrake, I can out-corner, I can outpace pretty much every cop car. But that radio,
in the radio.
woo!
What radio?
So all cop cars have radios, Creed.
Yeah.
So they're gonna call ahead like, oh, he's going down this road, block the road. So you're going down fast. You're 2 miles ahead. of
Yeah,
him,
exactly.
all
So,
crap.
does the car you currently have? Do you think you can outrun them? We're not talking like the police helicopter. He's busy. All right. It's
I mean,
just you and
I
two
have
crews
I
behind
have
you.
many times in my life, so I guess I would say yes. But fortunately, I haven't put myself into that situation lately.
Challenge
because-
accepted. We're going to do that. This
No,
weekend.
no, let's not
No,
do
let's
that.
not
Let's
do
do
that.
a crime, very just a light one. You know what I mean?
No.
Get the police going. See if we can outdo them. You know what I mean? We'll have a car each. Whoever gets away wins.
Yeah.
I had a car that had a I had a car that had
JPL
a,
Lincoln Mall.
I had a car that had a kill switch on the lights.
Oh, really?
So like if I ever got into a situation at night, I could flip a switch and it would cut all my lights off.
That's amazing.
Like headlights, marker lights, brake lights, everything, just flip switch gone.
That's,
That's
a felony.
sweet.
That's
That's sweet.
a felony. If
Well,
you
you,
do that.
you need one of those switches that switches the license plate. Change it to a different
Also
one. Do
very
that?
illegal.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they don't need to know that.
I always meant to do that, but I never did that. But I don't
That'd be
do
cool.
any
We
of that
should do
stuff
that.
anymore.
We'll do that
because
before we go to these meets and then before
Dips
the
out.
police chase.
Dipped out.
I'm an adult, so I don't do that stuff.
Look at Dean. Dean's like, let's do crime. Yeah, I agree with Tim.
So following on from that, then, have you ever bullshitted your way out of a ticket?
No, I have a lot to say with this. I never, because every police officer has been BS'd hundreds, thousands, if not tens of thousands of times. I have had really good luck being really honest.
Yes.
When that police officer pulls me over, I say, I'll say hello. I have my hands on the door, window down.
Be respectful.
Like, I will shut the car off if the vehicle, like, I'll shut the car off. Like, I want that police officer to feel safe, and I want them to not be upset with me. Any more upset than they are for pulling me over.
Yep. Turn your interior lights on. You let them
Yeah.
know you're gonna,
Drop a
reach
bit
with
of
your right
shoulder
hand to the
like,
dash.
sorry,
Yeah.
officer,
I mean, I have a CPL as well, so it's like, I've got to be like, I have a CPL. I'm carrying or I'm not carrying today. Like all that stuff. It's
Yeah.
pretty important.
Honesty and respect is your best bet.
That's
when it
been the
comes to
only
police
way I've
officers.
ever gotten out of tickets. Also, I'm black, so I'm definitely not getting out of tickets. So, yeah, I've never gotten my way out
It
of
happened
tickets.
once to me. It happened once to me as ZZP when I first started here. My wife, Lindsay, didn't bloody renew the tags, and I got pulled over. And this police officer pulled up, and she pulled down the window, and I'm like, oh god, and I'm shitting myself because it's my first interaction. And so straight to my god, I'm so sorry, it's my wife and that. And it was luckily this woman, and I think it was the accent, but she was like, I should have got a bloody ticket.
It was definitely the accent.
Yeah, it was definitely the accent. She was like, don't worry about it. On you go, just sign this form, job done. So be polite, be nice, keep your hands on the wheel,
Yeah, man,
job done.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, being respectful, that's the
I
best
have
way. Don't-
I have been let off way more times than like gotten tickets. Like I bet, let's say I've been pulled over 100 times in my life, and that's probably not far off, really.
That's a lot. I think that's
I've
3 times
only
more.
probably had like 8 tickets, maybe 10 tickets.
Say, I've that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I've lost my license like 3 times.
Yeah.
Like
What? Really?
yeah, yeah.
But
Fucking hell, what?
yeah, like no, he's I mean that's
skips the
right.
ticket.
Because I've done both sides. Like I've tried to be hard. Like my friends, oh yeah, make them show you the scanner. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do that. I'm like, show me the scanner. Show me. He's like, cool. Here's the scanner. Now I'm gonna give you another ticket for this. You want to keep going? I'm like,
No.
so I thought I was being respectful, and I got off way more tickets. So.
Well, how much are tickets in America?
Well,
They never got
it
one.
depends.
What are we talking about?
They,
depends, dude.
I would say they
Speeding.
range between like 125 and
Like $500.
375 bucks.
What?
If that's on the low end, I think.
Alright,
Yeah,
just don't go
and then
fast,
and then like the
you
big
won't be
ones,
broke.
Yeah.
the big ones have like court fees. Like if you have to go to court for the ticket because it's bad enough, like there's court fees involved. I will say, my worst ticket I ever got was a reckless driving, and it was like one of the lamest things I've ever done. I took off fast from a traffic light,
What?
and the cop was just mad. He was just mad, like. And I was nice, and like he gave me a reckless driving, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fight it because no big deal. I'll just pay the $300 fine. My driving record's perfectly clear at the time, and I got a paper in the mail like a month later, and they're like, your license is suspended. And I'm like, I had 0 points before that ticket.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
like, my 2 cents is too like fight every ticket. I don't care how serious it is.
Yeah,
Fight every single
get,
one.
Get a
because
lawyer and file. Well, look,
you got a
look,
50% chance that it'll get thrown away, and you're better off.
Dean just said for 5 over, you got $125. That's 5 over.
Yeah, you should argue. My dad's a former police officer, and if you actually get into they said the calibration of the scanning gun and who's scanning, you can get out of it or do like a driving course.
No, that's what I just said. I tried that, and they'll show it to you because you got to. It's on you to prove that all that stuff is all calibrated.
Get yourself
and all
a
that stuff.
camera or a gauge. Do we sell one of those things? A gauge body
I've
thing?
actually done that thing you're talking about, to where you can get out of the ticket if you do the driving responsibility
Yeah.
thing. I've done that before too.
Oh yeah, like you can go to class or something,
Yeah.
and then you can just like you can go to class and get it off the record. That you have
Just
to do
imagine
it
you
for 3 months.
coming in. There's just a bunch of like scruffy guys. Like, oh,
Tim, was it worth it?
Worth
Going to
what?
the class to get out of the ticket?
Yeah.
because
It's
you
boring,
didn't
but it's
have any
worth it.
points, and you don't have to pay for
Oh,
that
yeah,
ticket.
the points,
It's
for
worth
It's
it.
definitely worth it.
All right, Creed, give us a few more. That we
all
can-
right. Next question is: have you ever picked up a hitchhiker?
No. Oh,
No.
yes.
No.
Because I've done it once, yeah, and he was an ungrateful prick. I was driving home from my
No kidding.
village, yeah, and it's one of those roads where there's no pathway, so you just stroll along. I thought it'd be nice. Never picked up a hitchhiker. Probably less chance of getting, killed and attacked in England than there is America. So I pulled up,
Hey.
gets in. I'm just saying, he got me in. He was just like, "You alright?" I'm like, "You alright? Where you going? Train station? Alright, no worries." Didn't say anything. I tried to be his friend. I think it was pretty a bit weirded out that I picked him up in the first place. But, but yeah. So have you ever done that? Because I know in America, you see those signs like "Don't pick up
Yeah,
prisoners."
don't do that. No,
How about your fellow man? Pick him up.
I did. I was in the Spark coming home from PetSmart day one day, and I was in the left lane, and I was just chilling, just hanging out. And this guy's like, "Hey man, come on, I need to ride up to up the street here, this and that, blah blah." He's just sweaty, bald, old guy. I'm like, "Nah, man, I'm good." He says, "Come on, man, please." Like he just pressed me. I'm like, "All right, just come on." So I did. He's in my Spark, and he's just talking, and he's sweating all over my car. He's like wiping himself, and he's like, whew. Oh yeah, this and that, blah blah. So I took him where he wanted to go. It's like 2 minutes up the street. He's like, yeah, but can't you take me a little further? I'm like, no, dude, I literally just took you where you want me to go. Oh, come on, it's just no, I'll pay you gas. I'm like, no. He said, no, fine, get out of the water. I'm like, oh, so he's just trying to scam me. And he goes, yeah. So that's the one time I did that. So yeah, no, never again.
Yeah.
Never again.
What say you, Mike? Have you picked up a hitchhiker?
No, not by choice.
At gunpoint.
I was downtown on Wealthy Street once, and all of a sudden my passenger door opened. This was like 15 years ago, but and a prostitute jumped into my car.
It happened to you too?
Wait, this happened to you once?
Yeah, it happened to me in ZZP parking lot in ZZP building number 1.
It was the same woman.
I was parking my car,
Really?
and she like walked up, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get out of my car because like this gross chick is walking up to my car, so I stayed in it, and all of a sudden the door opened, and she sat in my car, and she's like, have we dated before? And I'm like, no, I work here. And she was like, basically like sorry, and got out. But yeah, that happened to me.
Well, you're lucky. I had to buy her Burger King just to get her out of my damn car.
Wait, what?
Yep. I think she was trying to take me around the corner to get jumped. She was like, just drop me off around the corner. I was like, no, this is far enough.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you to get in my car. You need to get out.
Yeah. Oh no.
Good learning
call.
experience.
It sounds
here.
like wifey material to me, but I'm just saying.
All
Burger King?
right,
Customer
Craig.
call out of
Full
nowhere?
growth.
right, Craig.
We ran
I
out of
think-
time?
No, I think we have time for one, maybe two more questions.
One more. All right, one more?
One good one.
One good one. All right. What do I need to do to become a car guy?
Oh my God.
Like, do I need to dress a certain way? Do I need to start, throwing out random gap times? Do I need to tell people how much I spent on my car? Do I need to,
I
don't
mean,
know.
you would
Do I need to
probably
go-
come to us and be like, this is what I don't like about my car. What do I do about fixing that?
I don't know,
Just
man.
saying that
And
becomes
once
a car
you
guy?
fix it,
Yeah.
You think that? I think there's a little bit more to it.
It all starts with the first mod.
Yep.
That's true. That's
It all started with the first thing, which, man, that's a neat question.
I put like a shifter
What's your
ball
first
once
mod?
on my car. Does that make
That's
me a car
something.
guy?
No, not really.
What happens if I put a radio in the car?
No.
Like stealth shelf? No?
That's
the only
there's
modding I've
there's
ever
just a line. So I think it comes to a mentality. Like to be a car guy, either you gotta have a certain mentality about like you have to. I'm gonna sound super controversial. You gotta kind of eat, drink, live cars, for a bit. And then you don't have to do everything about them, but like I want to modify this. I want to do this. Hey guys, how do I learn this? You gotta just have like a basic knowledge of them. You have to do kind of other stuff and kind of have to it's a mentality. You gotta like have this mentality.
It's not like we jumped in.
no, that's
Like,
what I'm saying.
it's like you and I both, like, we had our first car that we
Yeah.
modified, and it started with one thing that probably took us 2 months to save up for.
Oh yeah, no, I
you know?
agree.
And then because we're broke, we're young and broke, and we were doing what we could do. You had your base model. I had a whole bunch of neat old
Yep.
80s cars in the 2000s. Like, it just starts with the first thing. You just
agree with that.
you just don't like something about the car, and then you buy a new one, and then you're like, oh, what's the next thing I don't like about this car? And you buy that. And then eventually you start like, maybe I need to understand why my car does this and how this works. And then
Yeah.
you're researching,
I
and,
like Tim's answer.
and then you just keep going, and then all of a sudden you end up with the Snowball,
Yeah.
which is like one of the most touched vehicles in ZZP.
Yeah, everything is touched.
So become a car guy today, guys. Go on ZZPerformance, buy your first
Yeah.
part, be that car guy.
And then also
Join
to
us.
kind of piggyback what Tim said, I didn't even think there was anything wrong with my car. I was like, yep. My car buddy said I gotta get a quarter intake for my first mod. Getting a quarter intake for this thing. Wasn't broken. Car ran fine. Ran bad after that first eBay intake, real bad. But that's the first thing you gotta do. And they're like, oh, yep, now you gotta do this. And then they just kind of dove me into it. And I started playing the video games. I'm like, all right, so this car comes with this horsepower. I started memorizing crazy horsepower car facts and all this stuff. So, yeah. And then it's, then it depends on how specialized you get. And it also depends on your friends and the people around you will shape the kind of car person you are too. Because there are some people like, yeah, I only like Ford guy. And the other guys are just like, oh, Chevy guy. And the other guys are like, oh, only work on V8s.
Yeah, I mean, Mike over there has a Malibu.
Yeah,
Right.
we got a
Malibu.
G-body in the garage, small block 350. That was my
Yeah, it's a
high
nice
school
car.
Yep.
I haven't
That's
seen
cool.
it in years, but it's a nice car.
Yeah, actually, some of the office guys have been giving me some.
I just found out,
shit
like,
about
it was
that.
me and
I
Trevor
need to
that
try
just
it.
found out he had. We're like, dude, why aren't you
Yeah,
driving this
give it
thing?
to Al. He'll fix it.
It's
Al's
been
fixing stuff.
like probably 7 years since I've seen that car.
Yeah, That's probably accurate.
Let us know if you want to see Mike's car.
He said, "Yep."
Let us know if you want to see
That's
Mike's
right.
car. He'll be at the
What
meet.
year is it?
It's a 78.
Yeah, 78 Malibu.
Yep.
Nice car, V8, rear wheel drive, fun.
Yeah, like that kind of pants. I got into it with 4-cylinder guys. Like the guy, I got my group of friends was a Mitsubishi friend group. Like I had a bunch of guys with Evos and DSM and stuff, and so I was the guy that came in and I had a Cobalt. They're like, "Yep, do this, do the big wheel turbo, do this, do this, do this," and then they're like, "Yeah, we're about street racing here in this Mitsubishi group." And then I just kind of was, and then that's kind of what happened. I had a Cobalt, but then I was crazy. I ended up being like the fastest person in that group for a time. And, but obviously the guys with the Evos caught up and passed me by a lot, but. I was
The Cobalt was like one of the most underrated mod cars
100%.
of all time.
We would go to street spots and they would be setting me up like, "All right, Ryan, we're gonna have you take that guy out from that other group over there." I'm like, "Whoa, all right, well, whatever." And then I usually would win. Like I'll never forget. There was one that actually I met. You remember Wakas?
Yeah.
Wakas. So there were three brothers. This will be like the last story, then we'll wrap it up. But I'm still good friends one day. It was three brothers: Wakas, Nakas, and start with them. They basically have the same name with different front letters. Middle Eastern guys, they had a lot of money, very nice guys. I love them to the ends and back. So we all went on street racing, and there was this one. He has an M5, like a 2007, 2008 M5.
Oh
yeah,
that same car. Yeah, I saw that.
The V10 place says bad M5. So we all go on the street racing group, and he's beating everybody in the crew. It's like 30 people out there. He's beating everybody in the crew. And I'm in the back, I'm just chilling out. I'm a snowball, just chilling out, just hanging out. And then I get called. I call like four of my guys. They're like, "Ryan, you got to come out. You got to whack this. You got to whack this M5. He's beating everybody. I'm like, "What?" Like, "Yeah, you got to get up there. Get on up there. No, come on up. No, you the guy.
I'm at work. Doesn't matter. Get here now.
You're a hitman." I was in the back of the crew. I was in the whole game. I was just
Okay.
watching people race. I was like, "All right." So I get up there, down shit with him. He's like, "Come on, let's do this." And he was waiting and stuff. So we hit it and fucking got ahead of him. We started pulling away. And since then, he and I became friends. And then he's like dummy rich. Like he has, he's like a doctor. He's like he has one of his guys drive like a E46 M3 just because he himself after I beat his M5 he got a stretch bike. I was like, "Dude, I'm not fast in a stretch Hayabusa." Like, come on. He's like, "Oh, okay." He sold that car, got a 944 Porsche, put a GT35R on it just to race me. He wanted to have like a heads up race and just try to beat me.
You beat me once, never again.
Yeah, I beat him again.
Oh shit!
with the 944 Porsche.
That drove me to the edge.
Yeah, and so no,
He's
but
dead
then we kind of lost a little bit of contact. But no, he got a new Viper. He bought his brother a new GTR and stuff like that. And we still talk every now and then. But yeah, he's just super fast guy, super cool. I brought Tim and his mom over. We hung out with him. We did that, and he was just a cool guy.
It was pretty funny too. I had a friend group, and I'll keep this real quick. Had a friend group. We were a bunch of 4-cylinder turbo guys. I thought I was like the slowest one in the group, and one of my buddies that like we thought he had the fastest car. Like he just kind of portrayed himself as having the fastest car. He was like, "Hey, we should go race," and it wasn't me, and I was like the chase car. So his wife got in with me. Like I had like 4 people in my Eclipse back in the day, and and I'm following behind them, and they touch off, and I punched it, and I like passed them both, and then everybody's like, "What?" Like Tim's got the fastest car in the
Tim's
group.
on the scene
Like
now. Turbo Tim's here now. That's how he get his name.
Yeah, it was pretty.
All right, guys. So
cool.
sorry, we went way over today. We just had to say a few more stories. Sorry for the audio issues today. We'll have something back. We'll fix it next week. Thank you guys once again for having us. Make sure to go see the Super Mario movie. Don't go to AMC. Forget what Creek says.
To the moon.
Yeah. And I'm gonna play Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm sure we're all gonna have fun this weekend. And we'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Have a
Thanks,
good
guys.
weekend.
Bye.
God
See you
bless.
guys.
Peace.